So it's one of those things that's progression over the years. It's not something that obviously that we ever want in our sport for people to think that we're reckless. It's actually a very calculated sport, and it takes thousands of jumps to get where I'm at. Skydiving for smaller suits before you even think about stepping off of a cliff. And then, as time gets on, you progress to more technical. I would use the word technical because it's a lot of numbers and math and experience and knowledge that led us to be able to get to this point. So I think that's, never judge a book by the cover, right? Unless it's,
I fully understand that. And I want to ask you, do you think that there is a specific type of persona who would enjoy this kind of sport? Because I look around and see guys like Tom Cruise or Felix, I can't remember his last name, the guy could jump from space. And, I think of those guys and it just makes sense to me. But like when I talk to other people, it's like, I would never do that in a million years. Do you feel like it's typology of person who's more likely to be able to undertake those sports?
I think it's more of like a community, when you are growing up, like you're either a kid that wants to sit and play video games all day, or you're a kid that wants to go out and build a tree house. You either go to the beach and you want to play in the sand, or you're a kid that wants to go get smashed in the face by waves, right? So I think extreme sports in general, and don't get me wrong, I built tree houses and played video games, right? But the point was, you're either somebody that wants to, like take a beating from life and experiences, because experiences hurt, yeah. Or you're, you want to watch it on TV. I guess that's a better analogy, right? So for me, sports, and I think for Tom Cruise and a lot of these other people, we want to experience something that's the same as somebody climbing a mountain, who wants to climb Mount Everest, or somebody who wants to accomplish climbing K2. It's a personal battle. I don't think we approach it like, here's Mount Everest, I'm going to conquer this motherfucker, and I'm the best in the world. I mean, some people might who have money or whatever, but some of us, I think it's the journey to understand ourselves. And these sports allow us to be put into situations where we have to challenge our own thinking. And when you arrive at the exit, you've gone through a journey in your mind of hours, usually on the hike, and you've had to come to grasps and acceptance, and you go through a whole range of emotions before you arrive there. Hi, sorry, we got Journey just walked in. Hi, Journey. Good morning. Was your run nice with mommy? Oh my God, you're dirty. You need to get outside. Sorry, it's always chaos here. So for the viewers out there, Journey is our 3-legged dog from Albania, and she just got back from a run, and she is completely covered in dirty, sandy mud running through the house. And that's our life. So back to, so when you arrive at this this exit, we call it, because you're exiting the cliff, I think that you have had to do a therapy session, if you will. In that hour and a half, the deepest questions you can ask yourself: why am I doing this? Do I want to do this? What am I doing this for? What's the reward? Those questions that you said that we think reckless and we don't have value for our life. I think it's actually completely the opposite. I've just spent the last 2 hours thinking about who I am. Why am I doing this? What do I hope to gain from this? And I think that in today's society, with work and all the rush of what's happening, I don't think that most people have the ability or time to really to question their own existence like we do as athletes. If you're surfing out to a big wave, or you're climbing a mountain, or you're ice climbing, we're consistently put in a situation where we have to question our own existence. And that to me is deep. That, like, back to your original, that, we are, philosophical and all of these different things, methodical, and all these other things that come from the time put into the sport.
That's a really good point, and I would like to get to that a bit later on. But one thing else I want to ask you, for you personally, the fact that this sport that you do and also the experience are so unique, because not many people have the courage to do that, is an attractive factor. It's like the only person can do that, or just a very small percentage of people on the planet will get to do what you do.
Hell yeah, of course. Like I'm a narcissist by nature, of course. So of course I love the fact that a lot of people can do this. Sorry, I'm a little distracted. 1 second, my wife, she's doing yoga in the background. Sure, okay, all right. So of course, no. I think that it's always nice doing something that you just can't throw money at, right? That it takes time and energy, and it's an art. an artist can't just throw money at a canvas and call it art. An athlete can't just throw money at the sport and say, that you're good at something. But today we have these things called wind tunnels. So you can throw money at it. You still have to put the work in, but you used to, like skydiving industry, you used to have to go out and do a skydive progression, which is amazing. Gave us wind tunnels. You can do in 1 minute, you can do the equivalent of a skydive in a tunnel, and you don't have to repack your parachute, do canopy time, do any of these different things. You can focus on the discipline of the style, whatever your discipline of skydiving is. So now, years ago, we have this thing called the wind tunnel for wingsuiting. So now people could literally go skydiving, a handful of times, and they could go into a wind tunnel, put a wingsuit on, then they could get a skill. But that you can't cheat wingsuit base jumping, because at the end of the day, there's no simulation for jumping off of a cliff with a piece of material in a straight, putting your body into a straight jacket and knowing how to fly this. So that's where I think the cool factor comes in, is that anybody you see jumping off of a cliff has put hundreds of hours into their passion, into their sport. And that deserves respect from anybody who else out there who understands what, it is to be devoted to your passion.